to you, sir. The session begins with paper presentation by research scholar, continue with presentation by Ms. Aradhana to come and present her topic, effectiveness of video-assisted teaching program on level of knowledge regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana among adults. Ms. Aradhana, over to you.
Good morning to all respected delegates and dignitaries who is present over here. So I would like to start my research presentation with a very beautiful quote, which is good health is not something we can buy. However, it can be a extremely valuable saving account according to Anne Wilson. So on 23rd September 2018, Government of India launched a health insurance scheme named as Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana and Ayushman Bharat, which provide primary care to the patient. 10 crore people, poor people below poverty line, poor children worldwide are affected from undernutrition and related condition. Out of these 3.45 million die to undernutrition and related condition. According to the report of 2011, the World Health Organization, total expenditure incurred by India was 3.9% of GDP, which was the lowest among the member of BRICS, like various countries, Brazil, Russia, China, and South Africa. The amount is spent from personal account was 82%, around 9% from employee account, and remaining from health insurance account. India is the fast growing economy of the world. In the survey carried out in the year 2014 by National Survey Office, it was found that more than 80% of Indians are not connected under the health insurance plan. So my problem statement was a study to assess the effectiveness of video-assisted teaching program on level of knowledge regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana among adults in selected village at Gorakhpur. And the objectives are to assess the level of knowledge regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana among adults, to assess the pre-test level of knowledge regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana among adults, to assess the post-test level of knowledge regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana among adults, and to compare the pre-test and post-test scoring regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana among adults, and to find out the association between post-test level of the knowledge with their selected demographic variable. Hypothesis H1, there was a significant difference between pre-test and post-test knowledge score regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana among adults. H2, there will be an association between post-test knowledge score with their selected demographic variable. Research methodology. Research methodology is a systemic procedure in which the researcher starts from the initial identification of the problem to its final conclusion. We have used quantitative research approach in this study, and one group pre-test, post-test research design we have used in this study. We have explained by pre-test we have explained by O1 intervention was X and post-test was O2. The setting of study was the study setting is physical, social, and cultural site in which the researcher conduct the study. So our pilot study was conducted in village Sonbarsa, block Chargawa, and the population of the village was 5,000. And our main study was in the village of Jindapur, Jangal Korea, and the population was 9,664. Variable are in independent variable video assisted teaching program and independent level of knowledge. In this study, the population consists of adults between 18 to 45 years of age. We have taken early adult sample. So the sample size was, in our studies, the sample size consists of 60. Sampling technique was non-probability convenient sampling technique. And the criteria for sample selection, the inclusion criteria was adult between 18 years of age to 45 years of age, people who are presented at the time of data collection, and the people who are willing to participate the study. People who are willing to participate the study. Tool and instrument was what we tool we have used in that section one. In the part of statement, we use to collect the demographic variables such as age, gender, religion, type of family, education, and family income. And in section two, this part, semi-structured questionnaire was used to evaluate the pre-test and post-test knowledge on video-assisted teaching program on Ayushman Bharat Yojana. Each correct answer will be given a score of 1 and wrong answer or unanswered was given a score of 0. The maximum score to interpret level of knowledge, the score was distributed as follow. Level of knowledge, if it was inadequate 1 to 8, moderately adequate 9 to 16, and adequate 16 to 25. After that, analysis and interpretation. First one was to find out the frequency and percentage distribution of sample based on the selected demographic variable. In that, first one, age in year. So in experimental group, we found that maximum of 33.3%, 33%, and in control group also 33.33% of 18 to 24. 39 to 15 years of age. In religion, we have a majority we found in Hindu, 66 to 0.66% in experimental group and 83.33% in control group. In gender, we found that 46.66% in experimental group and 50% in control group. Female was 53.33% in experimental group and 50% of control group. The type of family, there was the 40% in experimental group and 60% in control group. Joint was 60 and in experimental group and 14 control group. After that, in education, the majority was illiterate, 50% in experimental group and 66.6% in control group. Family income was in rupees, the majority was 50% in experimental group and 66.66% in control group. Second was to assess the level of knowledge regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana among samples. So in experimental group, the standard deviation was 1.53, and in control group there was 1.2. Second one 9 to 16. The experimental group 1.62 and in control group 1.18. Adequate knowledge, there will be 1.01 in experimental group and 0.73 in control group, and the standard error was for inadequate 0.252, moderately adequate 0.62, adequate 0.64. Third was to assess the post-test level of knowledge regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana among samples in experimental and control group. So in post-test, there will be inadequate 0 we found, and in control group 1.72. In moderately adequate, there was a standard deviation was 2, and in control group 1.85. For adequate 2.49, and in control group it was 3.3. And standard error was in adequate 0.49, for moderately adequate 0.75, and adequate 1.02. Section 4, to compare the pre-test and post-test score regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana among sample in experimental and control group. The experimental group, the t-value was 3.71, that was significant. And for control group 5.727, it was also significant. Where t-test is calculated to assess the pre-test and post-test score of samples regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana, the findings is showing significant difference between pre-test and post-test level of knowledge. After that, to find out the association between post-test level of knowledge with their selected demographic variable in experimental and control group, number of sample was 60. So in age experimental group, there was 24.38, and in control group 21.99. Uh, and in second religion 6.66, and in experimental, and 1.27 in control group. After that, for gender there was 11.72 in experimental group and 0.54 in control group. Family 13.22 in experimental and 2.53 for control group. Education was 2.12 and in experimental, and 8.55 for control group. Income was 5.38 in experimental and 12.52 for control group. After that, this diagram was showing the association between level of knowledge with selected demographic variable. And the result shows that after for post test, the result showed that in experimental group among 30 samples, 40 were having moderately adequate knowledge and 60 were having adequate knowledge. In control group among 30 samples, 10 was having inadequate knowledge, 12 were having moderately adequate knowledge, and 8 was having adequate knowledge. Hence, it was concluded that there was a significant association between the post-test level of knowledge with the selected demographic variables such as age, gender, religion, type of family, education, and family income. So I'm going to conclude my topic. The study was aimed to assess the effectiveness of video-assisted teaching program on the level of knowledge regarding Ayushman Bharat Jan Arogya Yojana among adults in selected village at Gorakhpur. The knowledge of sample was improved after administering video-assisted teaching program. Hence, the video-assisted teaching program was found to be effective in improving the level of knowledge regarding Ayushman Bharat Yojana. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all present here. Really, it is a very nice study because the scheme related to health schemes, health coverage, related to awareness and sensitization among the needy people, it really required this kind of studies. Only my one questions I would like to throw on you. What is the pre-test and post-test gap you have done it? What do you want to increase your sample in future, because this is considered as less sample and more populations we have not covered it. This is one of the important studies to sensitize the health coverage of needy people. Do you want to do with the more sample once again this study?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I will do.
Okay, nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to all.
Thank you for the guide selecting such a nice project. Really, government has launched the Ayushman Bharat Yojana to provide the better health to the poor people. You shown that the even still wide prachar prasar, people not aware about the Ayushman Bharat Yojana. जो मैंने ऑब्जर्व किया बीइंग हेड ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन, बहुत से लोग आयुष्मान भारत विषय में जानते हैं, लेकिन जब पूछिए या हमारे यहाँ भर्ती होते कार्ड नहीं दिखाते हैं। उनको ये इंप्रेशन है इससे 5 लाख रुपए से पैसा कम हो जाएगा और गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में तो फ्री इलाज मिल रहा है, इसको भविष्य के लिए सुरक्षित करके रखिए। तो व्हाई दिस डिफरेंस, व्हाट इज योर ऑब्जर्वेशन द पीपल आर नॉट अवेयरिंग अबाउट द Ayushman Bharat Yojana? What is the real cause behind that? So the awareness among the people can be created, can be spread about this very useful scheme.
Sir, what we observed when we were in field, we are collecting samples. They were knowing the name of Ayushman Bharat Yojana. They were knowing that it is health scheme. But how to register, how to use we can use that Yojana. They was not known. So it was the main thing. So we have explained them that there are 5 lakh per family per individual in 1 year. So they were asking about like whenever we want to, we can go and we can take treatment and come. But in this Yojana, if anyone is hospitalized only, then it is provided to them. So we have given awareness, we have explained very well to them. After that, they came to know what is the actual thing are there in this Ayushman Bharat Jan Arogya Yojana.
So, you means like that this publicity, this Yojana should be still required in the village through the people to whom they are liking, जैसे प्रधान के माध्यम से
Yes.
या सरपंच के माध्यम से या टीचर के माध्यम से. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Aradhana. Our next presenter is Ms. Rosie to come and present her topic on assess the effectiveness of multi-phase intervention on hand hygiene practice among staff nurses working in an ICU.
I'm sorry to ask one question. There is lots of gathering of the students. Okay, so I would request you just explain about the Ayushman Bharat Yojana. What teaching you have given? Just please explain.
So Ayushman Bharat Yojana has launched in 2018 by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi, and in this, the government is giving 50 lakh rupees per individual per family in 1 year. We can register for that, and if there is primary, secondary, and tertiary care, it is given in this Yojana. And anyone who is in below poverty line, they can do the registration. And whenever they are getting like if any illness is there, so they can go to the it is not in every hospital. Every hospital is not affiliated and not going with the Ayushman Bharat Yojana. So hospitals are there, so they can register in that particular hospital and they can take proper treatment free of cost. They can take and inpatient. It is an inpatient service. So like born patients are there. If any type of surgeries are there, these all things they can do without any extra cost, and they can that poor people, whoever are living below poverty line, they can take advantage of these all things. Thank you, ma'am.
Our next presenter, Ms. Rosie.
A very blissful good morning to all of you. I'm here to present my research presentation. So I'm going to start from the introduction to top. So that is a follow the cleanliness to clean tomorrow disease by Robert Urich. Hand hygiene is one of the most effective methods of preventing infection, but compliance is generally poor. Healthcare associated infection, one of the most common causes of death and increased morbidity of hospitalized patients. Newborn in ICU are especially high risk of the healthcare and associated infection because of combination of innate characteristics including their fragile integumentary and immune system, as well as frequent needs of instrumentation, invasive procedure, and frequent contact with the staff. Next, the current completed global effort to reduce neonatal mortality and morbidity has placed strong emphasis on improving referral pathways and institutional care of sickness. Newborn hand hygiene is globally recognized as leading measure to prevent cross transmission of microorganisms and reduce the incidence of healthcare associated infections. Next, what are the background of the study? In this, each year, millions of patients affected by the healthcare associated infection worldwide, as an estimated 7 of every 100 hospitalized patients in developed and 10 of 100 in low and middle income countries has healthcare associated infection, causing a major mortality and financial burden on health system. The WHO also issued guidelines for a multimodal strategy to improve hand hygiene. A systemic review of 96 studies assess the prevalence and correlates of compliance with hand hygiene in industrialized countries. Next, need of the study. What are the need of the study? In this, hand hygiene is a fundamental measure for the control of nosocomial infection. Hand hygiene has been singled out as the most important measure in preventing hospital-acquired infection. A large proportion of infection required attribute to cross-contaminated and transmission of microbes from a healthcare workers to the patient. So, my problem statement is a study to assess the effectiveness of multifaceted intervention on hand hygiene practices among staff nurses working in an NICU of selected hospital at Gorakhpur. My objective is to assess pre-test regarding hand hygiene practices, to assess the post-test regarding hand hygiene practices among sample, to analysis the effectiveness of multifaceted intervention on hand hygiene practices among sample, to find out association between post-test score with the selected demographic variables. The hypothesis one is that there will a significant difference between pre-test and post-test regarding hand hygiene practices among sample of selected hospital at Gorakhpur. The hypothesis two is that there will be a significant association between demographic variables and post-test regarding hand hygiene practices among the staff nurses working in selected hospital at Gorakhpur. Next, what is the research methodology? The methodology of research indicates the general patterns of organizing the procedure for gathering valid and reliable data for purposes of investigation. The research approach in this study, quantitative research approach was used. The research design is one group pre-test, post-test research design was used. The study setting was BRD Medical College at Gorakhpur. The study population, in this study population, the population of this study was staff nurses working in NICU of BRD Medical College, Gorakhpur. Next, what sample size? In this study, the 30 staff nurses was the sample size. Next is sampling technique. In this study, non-probability convenience sampling technique was used. The description of tool is the present study is aimed to assess the effectiveness of multifaceted intervention regarding hand hygiene practices among the staff nurses working in NICU of selected hospital, Gorakhpur. The investigator used checklists for the purpose of the data collection to conduct the study. Tools are prepared into two sections. Section A is a demographic variables and section B is a checklist. What are the analysis we found in demographic variables? In age, we found most age between the 26 to 30 years. Next, socioeconomic status, it is found most in above 30,000. Then the educational status is above. It is found in diploma courses, and the religion is mostly found in Hindu, and the year of experience we found is more in 5 years. Next, what is validity? The tool validity was given to 3 nursing experts and 2 doctors. The correction and changes were made in the tool according to the suggestion of the experts. The reliability of the present study R equal to 1 was found to be reliable and statistically significant. Next, pilot study. In this study, the pilot study was conducted at Jeevandeep Hospital, Gorakhpur, to find the feasibility of a study. The reliability score was found to be R equal to 1 is feasible at 0.05 level of significance. Next is the ethical consideration. The proposed study was conducted after the approval of registration committee of Guru Shri GORAKHNATH College of Nursing, Gorakhpur. Written permission from hospital authority was obtained prior to the study. Informed consent was obtained from the subjects, and confidentiality and anonymity was subject was maintained. Next, what are the analysis and interpretation? This chapter deals with the analysis and interpretation of the data obtained from the staff nurses working in an ICU at BRD Medical College, Gorakhpur. The present studies aim to assess the level of practice regarding hand hygiene among the staff nurses working in an ICU. Collected data was tabulated, analyzed, and interpreted using descriptive and inferential statistics. Next, organization finding in the section 1, distribution of sample based on the selected demographic variable. Section 2 is the distribution of sample according to practices. Section 3, distribution of sample according to the post-test level of practice. And next one is the section 4, effectiveness of multifaceted intervention regarding hand hygiene. The result in this hypothesis, there was a significant difference between pre-test and post-test level of the knowledge regarding hand hygiene practices among sample. The hypothesis proves there was a significant association between demographic variables and post-test level of knowledge regarding hand hygiene practices among samples. The summary of that study is to assess the effectiveness of multifaceted intervention on hand hygiene practices among staff nurses working in an ICU of selected hospital at Gorakhpur. The study was concluded that the multifaceted intervention on hand hygiene practices are effective. Thank you.
Uh, it is a very needful topic. One thing, when you have done this study, before COVID or during COVID or after COVID?
After COVID, ma'am.
After COVID.
Yes.
After COVID also you have seen that whether less significant among nurses, less
Yes,
addicted.
when we conducted the pilot study, we got, ma'am, less effective, that study is less effective. Then we will give the, ma'am, post-test we performed, and we got that is, ma'am, people, those who are working in ICU, they are not following the proper step of the hand hygiene.
Okay, there is a strict guideline, standardized guideline, standard steps are there. So maybe one or two steps if they might have missed it, so 0 marks, it comes 0 marks. Maybe the whole knowledge it affects. So it means we have to stick on the set standards given by the checklist, we have to follow it. Number one. Number second, hand washing, how long we have to do it with soap and water solution?
Ma'am, 60 seconds or 1 minute.
Okay, hand scrub?
Ma'am, 2 to 3 minutes, ma'am.
20 to 30 seconds. It is a half of hand scrub with the solution, 20 to 30 seconds. And hand washing, it is just double.
Yes.
30 means 60, so 60 seconds.
Okay.
Very good study.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you.
Next, listen.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Rosie. Our next presenter is Mrs. Archana Yadav. The topic is level of knowledge regarding problem associated with excessive consumption of alcohol among early adults.
Good morning to all respected dignitary, and good morning to all. I'm going to reserve presentation. I'm going to start first one, introduction. First, introduction. First, you take a drink, then drink take a drink, then the drink take you. Yes, sport vigilant, a great strategy. Alcohol consumption is particularly heavy drinking in and the important risk factor for the many health problems and thus is a major contributor to global burden of disease. In fact, the alcohol is a necessary underlying the causes of more than 30 conditions and contributing factor to many more. The common disease categories that entirely or partly caused by the alcohol consumption, including infectious disease, cancer, diabetes, neuropsychiatric disease, including alcohol use disorder, cardiovascular disease, and unintentional or intentional injury. And the background of the study, the alcohol consumption in India amounted to about 5.4 billion liters in 2016 and was estimated to reach about 6.5 billion liters 2020 and estimated to 95,000 people, approximately 68,000 men and 27,000 women die from alcohol-related causes annually, making alcohol a third leading preventable causes of death. In the stated, the first of tobacco and the second is a poor diet of physical inactivity. And need for the study in early adults, they do not have the adequate knowledge about what or the problem can occur due to the excessive consumption of alcohol and its the effect on their health. So this study will help to measure the extent of knowledge regarding the problem associated with excessive consumption of alcohol among early adults. And the problem is statement. They studied versus the level of knowledge regarding problem associated with excessive consumption of alcohol among early adults in the Chandama village at Gorakhpur. The objectives, to find out the frequency and percentage distribution of sample, to assess the level of knowledge regarding problem associated with the excessive use of alcohol among sample, to find out the association between level of knowledge with their selected demographic variables. The research methodology, the research approach in this study, the quantitative research approach is used. The research design is selected for the present study was descriptive research design, and the variables in this study, the variables are age, gender, religion, type of family, educational status, residential area, sources of information. The setting of this study was conducted in Chargama village at Gorakhpur. The population of the study comprised of the yearly adult 18 to 35 years in a village at a Gorakhpur. The sample size of a study consists of the yearly adult in the age group of 18 to 35 years. And the sample size was study was consisting of 30 yearly adult age group between 18 to 35 years in a village at Gorakhpur. The sample technique used in this study was non-preferability convenient sampling technique. The tool instrument. A tool is a device that researchers use to collect the data. It was prepared on the basis of objective of the present study. And the description of tool is contained two sections. Section A, demographic variable. It is included the characteristics of the age, gender, educational status, working experience. Section B, self-structure, questionnaire by group. The section consists of the 25 multiple choice question on the knowledge regarding excessive consumption of alcohol. The correct answer was given a score 1 mark and wrong answer was given a score of 0. The maximum score was 25. Interpret the level of knowledge. The score were distributors. First one, good knowledge. 18 to 25 year, average 9 to 17, and poor 0 to 8. The result, this present study was aimed to assess the level of knowledge regarding problem associated with the excessive consumption of alcohol. Yearly adult collected data was developed and analyzed the interpret using the descriptive and inferential statistics. And based on demographic variable age, 18 to 35 years 30%, and 24 to 29 years and 40%, 30 to 35 years 30%. Based on gender, male, female, and transgender, the male is a 56.66% of female 36.66% and transgender 0%. Based on religion, the Hindu 73.33%, Muslim 26.66% and Christian 0%. Based on type of family, the nuclear 76.66% and joint family 23.33%, extended 0%. History of alcohol consumption, yes or no, is that 66.6% and no 33.33%. And based on section B, based on level of knowledge, then the good knowledge 60.6% of knowledge about regarding problem associated with the excessive consumption of alcohol, 56.66% of the average knowledge regarding the excessive consumption of alcohol, and the poor knowledge 26.66% of knowledge regarding excessive consumption of alcohol. And last one, the section, the association between level of knowledge regarding problem associated with the excessive consumption of alcohol among yearly adults. The chi-score was used, calculated to find out the association between the knowledge score with their selected socio-demographic variable. Significant association was found between the knowledge score of yearly adult regarding problem associated with the excessive consumption of alcohol among yearly adult with their socio-demographic variables such as the genders, type of the family, education status, and the level of the P 0.05. And non-significant association was found between knowledge is for early adult regarding the problem associated with excessive consumption of alcohol among early adult with the socio-demographic variable, that is religion, occupation, family, income, sources of information, family history of alcohol consumption at the level of P is 0.05%. And the conclusion of the study was aimed to assess the level of knowledge regarding problem associated with the excessive consumption of alcohol among early adults having good knowledge score 16.66%, yearly adults having average knowledge, and 56.66 yearly adults have the poor knowledge score and 26.66%. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Hello, bete. Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
You know how much alcohol consumption can be harmful to the body?
More than sir, more than one time we will take, then very good. But excessive one day consuming 3-4 times to take a drink, then harmful be a person taking more much alcohol, then affected many problems, liver cirrhosis and liver disease, like that neuropsychiatric disorder, injuries or road accidents will be.
What do you mean by one time?
How much?
One time that not regularly, sir, we are
Quantity. Unit. 175 है क्या? 30.
You read it and then come back. Then we will discuss, because it's a very complicated equation.
Yes.
Beer will have something different, alcohol content, gin will have different, another thing. Okay. So you read it. I also want to say something. You have not included, as our VC have asked, the amount of the, it is harmless and which amount more than that harmful. You have not considered the frequency of taking alcohol, and you have not considered timing of taking alcohol. अगर शाम को लेता और सो जाता है तो doesn't affect the, so consumption of alcohol, you also include this thing. And you have observed demographic variation. Among the Christians, there is zero. Why?
like that. In this study, we are going to take a sample. There is no Christian up there, only that Hindu and Muslim are there, sir,
Both are
because
taken.
we are taking.
So that's a suggested you again follow. This is a very important study. About in our college, more than 30 to 40% patients are coming a case of road accident because of excessive using of drug alcohol and driving with drink. हर जगह लिखा होता है don't drive with drink. So and youngsters 20 to 35 years. This is the major cause of death. इस पे और थोड़ा स्टडी करें. It's very essential and important. Thank you.
सर one more question. क्यों फीमेल के लिए जरूरत है नॉलेज गेन करने के लिए?
Ma'am, we
To take care of male.
my thought, we are many
Take care of alcoholic person.
um,
Chalo. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Archana. Now, with a great honor, I would like to call upon Dr. Ganesh Kumar, Dean and Principal BRD Medical College, Gorakhpur, to impart us with his spectacular vision.
Good morning to everyone. I hope there is this indicates you are really very eager to obtain the education regarding the nursing. in such a heat condition you are sitting here comfortably and calmly. I am very thankful to Vice Chancellor of this MAHAYOGI Gorakhnath University and Secretary of the MAHAGORAKHNATH University, Dr. Pradeep Rao, Dr. P.C. Ajaytha, and whole team who given me this opportunity to stand in front of you and share some knowledge, our experiences. I am also honored Dr. K.V. Rajuji. He is really very, very experienced person about his various fields, and all the other delegates and participants and dear students. As this slide shows about me, no need of the explanation. You have heard medical profession is the noble profession, but I want to say nursing profession is also a noble profession. Nurses are the backbone of the health services. It is similar type to understand. Without our strong backbone, we can't stand, we can't move, we can't run, we can't do anything. So similarly, if you want to improve health services in our country, our state, nurses education should be very excellent, effective, and technically advanced. I have written here a few 13C. If you remember this, you can become an excellent nurse, good human being, and you will get each and every thing what you going to desire to achieve. First is care. This care, you are saying you are care provider, care giver, care of your clients, care of your needy persons, care yourself. अपनी भी केयर तभी कर लोगों को सुरक्षित रख पाएंगे. केयर ऑफ द वर्किंग प्लेस वेयर यू आर वर्किंग. अगर वर्किंग प्लेस की केयर नहीं है, केयर इज वेरी वाइड टर्म बिकॉज ऑफ 2013C. My purpose is you are the youngsters, emerging kids of the nursing in the present era. So if you keep these minds, you will efficiently work at the working places. Care of the atmosphere where you are working, care of the instruments, care of the workplace. So if you develop the caring habit in your mind, you will become manager, good managerial power, and you become leader, you can become inventor, you can become initiator. So care is very important. Second is compassion, करुणा. अगर नर्स में करुणा नहीं है, सिंपैथी नहीं है, एम्पैथी नहीं है, तो बेकार है. सिंपैथी क्या होता है, मैं देखता हूँ एज बीइंग हेड ऑफ डिसीजन बीआरडी, मरीज का अटेंडेंट आता है, सिस्टर बॉटल खत्म हो गई है, वो अपना मोबाइल देख रही है, फोन पे बात कर रही है, पेशेंट खड़ा है, कई बार एक बार का दो बार का इरिटेट हो जाता और झगड़े का कारण बनता. So have sympathy. Listen his or her problem timely. This is very important. Courage, जैसा कि lack of autonomy है, courage साहस नहीं है. ट्रॉमा में मरीज आता है, बॉडी shocked in the blood, देख के घबरा जाते, कुछ नहीं. Immediate in foreign countries, first contact occurs with the nurse, but here first contact with the डॉक्टर. ये पब्लिक परसेप्शन भी है. सो करेज, इमीडिएटली सी द ABC. A फॉर एयरवेज, B फॉर ब्लड प्रेशर और C फॉर सर्कुलेशन. अगर आपका ABC देख लिया, उसका कोई बोला जो लाइफ सेफ्टी कंडीशन इमीडिएट उसका मेंटेन करना, प्रिजर्व करना है, तो बहुत से सुधार बच सकते हैं, बहुतों की लाइफ को बचा सकते हैं. ये चीज आपके अंदर होना, करेज, साहस. अब इंतजार कर रहे हैं डॉक्टर जब आएगा तब हम उसको देखेंगे. बुला रहे हैं, डॉक्टर कहीं बिजी है। कम्युनिकेशन by communication with the patient, communication patient to you, communication your colleague, communication to your seniors, communication to relatives. तो कम्युनिकेशन अगर आपकी पावर अच्छी है तो क्या हुआ, यू विल बिकम ए गुड काउंसलर आल्सो। बहुत सी प्रॉब्लम्स कम्युनिकेशन से आप सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट इज द कमिटमेंट, जैसा कि हम प्रतिबद्धता, कमिटमेंट टुवर्ड्स योर वर्क, कमिटमेंट टुवर्ड्स योर सोसाइटी, commitment towards your family. So these words 13C if you remember, आप लिख सकते हैं, and if you follow these you will become good human being. Competency बात हो रही है, कल भी मतलब जो हमारे जो चीफ गेस्ट उन्होंने बताया, डॉक्टर आलोक कुमार, कंपिटेंट होना चाहिए, कंपिटेंसी नहीं है, क्योंकि हमारी अभी उन्होंने एक उदाहरण दिया था, आगे हम बताएंगे। कंपिटेंसी बहुत है, लर्निंग बहुत जरूरी है, कंपिटेंट होना, तभी आपको अच्छा जॉब मिलेगा, फॉरेन में भी तो वही कहीं भी। कंसाइंस, अंतरात्मा की आवाज, कभी कभी होता है दिमाग में कुछ सोच रहे हैं, दिल कुछ और कहता है कि इस पे क्या डिसीजन दे क्या न करें, तो हियर और कंसाइंस, अंतरात्मा की आवाज सुनिए और टेक डिसीजन, गो फॉरवर्ड। कॉन्फिडेंस, दिस इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। बिना कॉन्फिडेंस के, आत्मविश्वास के, इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू वर्क या सेव द लाइफ ऑफ द पेशेंट। कोऑपरेशन, सहयोग, सहयोग एवरीवेयर इज कोऑपरेशन नीडेड among your colleagues, among your seniors, with the relatives, with patient. Continuity, निरंतरता, without continuity it is not possible to run your life. Continuity, you become good nurses, you are good researcher, good leader. Continuity, continuity of the reading, learning, training and teaching. रीडिंग, लर्निंग, अगर आप रीड नहीं करेंगे आपको नॉलेज गेन नहीं होगा। लर्निंग, टीचिंग, आपने पढ़ा कोई भी टॉपिक, यू टीच योर कलीग्स, डिस्कस करिए, देन यू विल लर्न। एंड अगर कोई भी मतलब कहिए ट्रेनिंग भी है, आप क्या है, बहुत पहले हमने पढ़ा था खिचड़ी बनाने की विधा, अगर आपने पढ़ ली तो आप बना नहीं सकते हैं, कर सकते हैं नहीं, अगर देख ली तो कुछ याद हो सकता है, और अगर आपने बना के खा ली तो यू विल लर्न। सो बी प्रैक्टिकल, आई वांट टू से दैट। कोऑर्डिनेशन संबंध में बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, एक दूसरे तालमेल बैठाना। करेक्टर, इट इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। चरित्र, अगर चरित्र कहा भी जाता है, इफ वेल्थ इज गॉन नथिंग इज गॉन, if health is gone something has gone, if character is gone everything has gone, am I right? So character बहुत जरूरी है, चरित्रवान बनना बहुत जरूरी है, और कल्चर्ड होना बहुत ही जरूरी है, संस्कारी। बगैर इसके पूछा जाता है, आप लोग जब बड़े होंगे कहा जाता है अगर किसी धोखे से गलती भी हो जाती है तो बहुत संस्कारी, कुछ धोखा हो गया, कोई गलती हो गई, कुछ कंफ्यूजन हो गया होगा। अगर बहू भी ढूंढने जाते हैं तो कहते हैं संस्कारी परिवार है या नहीं, लड़का भी ढूंढे तो कहते हैं संस्कारी है या नहीं। कहने का मतलब कहीं भी आप 13C को अगर इफ यू कीप इन योर माइंड यू विल बिकम ए गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग। नर्सिंग प्रैक्टिस, nursing practice is an umbrella term describing an advanced level of clinical nursing practice that maximize the use of graduate educational preparation in depth of the nursing knowledge। अब जो है नर्सेज को सारे मेडिकल रिलेटेड सारा सब्जेक्ट बहुत डिटेल में बताया जाता है, चाहे वो एनाटॉमी हो, फिजियोलॉजी, बायोकेमिस्ट्री, माइक्रोबायोलॉजी, मेडिसिन, सर्जरी। इफ यू डोंट नो द पैथोलॉजी, हिस्टोपैथोजेनेसिस, लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी, यू विल नॉट improve, you will not give, you will not deliver the good quality services to the patient. Expertise in meeting the health needs of the individual, family, group and community. Problems and challenges of health care system, lack of adequate specific training. अभी हमारे सर राजू साहब से डिस्कस हो रहा था, और ये भी नए नए कोर्सेज आ गए हैं, नर्सिंग इन स्कूल नर्सिंग, इमरजेंसी नर्सिंग, क्रिटिकल केयर नर्सिंग, डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट नर्सिंग, आईसीयू नर्सिंग, नियोनेटल एनआईसीयू केयरिंग नर्सिंग, कार्डियक नर्सिंग, एनेस्थेटिक नर्सिंग, साइकेट्रिक नर्सिंग, तमाम ऐसी फील्ड्स इमर्ज हो रही हैं जिनके हमें जरूरत है इसके लिए एडिक्वेट फैसिलिटी की। प्रॉब्लम ऑफ पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट समटाइम्स, ये भी एक प्रॉब्लम है। हमारी नर्सेज अधिकतर लड़कियां होती हैं, शादी होने के बाद फैमिली होती है, तो उनकी वर्क प्लेस पे ऐसी कोई सुविधा नहीं है, क्रेच नहीं है जहां पर अपने बच्चों को छोड़ सके, उनका देख रेख कोई कर रहा है और वो फ्री होकर के अपनी वर्किंग प्लेस पे काम कर सके, ड्यूटी कर सके। आई थिंक ये प्रॉब्लम है। बिकॉज ऑफ दैट आई हैव पॉइंट आउट दिस, डॉक्टर राजीव जी आर सिटिंग, no uniformity in salary between government private sectors, very poor salary pattern है, professional risks and hazards always there, have you seen covid, बहुत सी नर्सेज, बहुत से हमारी पैरामेडिकल ने अपनी लाइफ को गंवा दिया। सो दीज आर द स्टिल प्रॉब्लम्स, लैक ऑफ मोटिवेशन। कल हमारी प्रमुख सचिव से बात हुई थी जब मैं उनको छोड़ने गया था, the people who are working in the intensive care unit, working in the ICU, working in the disaster management, there's some incentive must be there. वो जो 24-8 घंटे काम करती है आईसीयू में, उसकी ड्यूटी, और जो ओपीडी में बैठी है उसकी ड्यूटी मोरल से, आईसीयू कोई काम नहीं करना चाहता। आई एम फेसिंग दिस प्रॉब्लम, सो आई एडवाइज हिम, सर यू हैव सम इंसेंटिव फॉर द नर्सेज वर्किंग इन द हार्ड प्लेसेस। अभी नहीं है। नो इन्वॉल्वमेंट इन प्लानिंग, नो करियर मोबिलिटी, पुअर रोल मॉडल। फ्लोरेंस नाइटिंगेल के बाद में ऐसी कोई शख्सियत नहीं आई है जिसको हम फॉलो करें। सो नर्सिंग इज आल्सो इट इज नोबल प्रोफेशन नेक्स्ट टू गॉड। डॉक्टर तो कहते हैं, कल सर ने बताया था 5% डॉक्टर कंटेक्ट रहता, 90% नर्स रहती है, जबकि उसका कहीं भी रिकग्निशन सोसाइटी में नहीं है। No research scope, but I am very, very happy our nurses are also doing the research work in this field, and no autonomy in nursing activities, जिसके कारण बहुत सी समस्याएं खड़ी होती। Nursing future issues and challenge, I hope this has been discussed, so I skip this slide. For better nursing services in the next millennium, what are the essential? Accountability. अभी कोई accountability नहीं, accountability should be fixed. And the monitoring of this accountability also necessary. Autonomy of the professional activity is also very essential. Independent nursing practice होना चाहिए. Renewal of the license based on education and examination. एक बार रजिस्ट्रेशन हो गया, पूरे लाइफ के लिए रजिस्टर्ड हो गए, तो टाइमली इसका रिन्यूअल होना बहुत जरूरी है। बाय दैट यू कैन improve the nursing knowledge. Quality नर्सिंग केयर ऑडिट होना चाहिए, सेपरेट नर्सिंग बजट्स होना चाहिए। अभी भी हमारा जो नर्सिंग कॉलेज है उसका बजट हमारे ही जो बजट आता है उसमें है, इसकी भी जरूरत है। एक सब गुड अमाउंट ऑफ बजट। स्पेशलाइजेशन नर्सिंग मैनेजमेंट एंड नर्सिंग रिसर्च की भी ये व्यवस्था करने की जरूरत है। नाम सर्च पर WHO, अभी सबसे साथ डिस्कस हो रहा था, 3 नर्सेज पर 1000 पॉपुलेशन के लिए नाम से ये WHO का, और यूपी में 0.6% 6 पर 1000 है। करंट स्टेटस इन इंडिया 1.17 पर 1000 है। This is 50% less. We have a big goal to achieve this, but this can be achieved with the help of invention of the robotic nurse. अभी सरकारी आइडिया आ रहा था। केरला में 9.6 पर 1000 है, और आंध्रा में 7.4 और तमिलनाडु में 5.65। दिस इज द 1000 पॉपुलेशन नर्सिंग। केरला में बहुत पहले नर्सिंग प्रोफेशन मतलब काफी वो था। अब मोस्ट ऑफ द नर्सेज आर आइडेंटिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम बाय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ यूपी। बहुत ही एक रैशनल ड्रास्टिक चेंज, मतलब जो कल सर ने कहा भी था कि बहुत ज्यादा डिस्क्राइब नहीं करना, आपको मालूम है 4500 पर निकले थे, 1,30,000 लोगों 3,000 लोगों ने अप्लाई किया था, 3012 लोग उसको क्वालिफाई किए, उसमें भी उनको कुछ इंसेंटिव मिला मास का। जिन्होंने कोविड में काम किया था, जिन्होंने आईसीयू में काम किया था, उनको 5-10 नंबर का लाभ मिला था, तब ये हुआ। तो बाय सीइंग दिस सिचुएशन ही ड्रॉप सर्टेन थिंग्स। कॉलेज एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस भी पुअर है, अप्रूवल वाज नॉट ट्रांसपेरेंट। जो कहीं न कहीं पहली एप्लीकेशन पड़ी है, बाद की एप्लीकेशन पहले हो गई, तो फी फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट ट्रांसपेरेंसी हो गई एप्लीकेशन की। डिस्करेज पिक एंड चूज प्रोसेस। अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट मेडिकल कॉलेज इंस्पेक्टर्स एंड some nursing college inspectors. Use of Google form. Clear the backlog application. Do you believe 1047 लोगों ने अप्लाई किया था एप्लीकेशन के लिए नर्सिंग कॉलेज के लिए प्राइवेट सेक्टर से, जिसमें 275 गॉट एफिलिएशन, 577 रिजेक्टेड बिकॉज ऑफ द इनएडिक्वेट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, और 195 नर्सिंग कॉलेजों ने डिनाई कर दिया, रिफ्यूज कर दिया इंस्पेक्शन कराने से। उनके पास पर्याप्त इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं था, क्योंकि इसमें एक अच्छी खासी फीस जमा करनी होती है। अगर एक बार इंस्पेक्शन हो गया तो सारी फीस फोरफिट हो जाती है, इसलिए उन्होंने रिफ्यूज कर दिया। एक्रीडिटेशन ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूट टू ब्रिज द डिस्पैरिटी इन क्वालिटी अमंग एजुकेशनल एस्टेब्लिशमेंट। इवैल्यूएशन ऑफ एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट बाय QCI, the basis of infrastructure, faculty position, skill life and teaching facilities. Pedagogical process की शैक्षणिक प्रोसेस आपका प्रक्रिया क्या है, और लर्निंग आउटकम उसका शिक्षण रिजल्ट क्या है, आप इसके बेसिस पे भी उन्होंने कुछ एक्रीडिटेशन सर्टिफिकेट शुरू किया है। सपोर्टिव सुपरविजन टू दिस इंटेल पेयरिंग ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूट, जैसा कि कल सर ने बताया था। A mentor institute assists the mentee institute, assigned to them a drawing of a quality improvement roadmap. Activities includes faculty development, fostering collaboration, and sharing of best practice, so that 12 mentors institute have been paired with 110 mentees. ये आप बहुत लकी हैं कि ये कॉलेज आपका भी मेंटर है। गोरखपुर में 2 मतलब ये कॉलेज नर्सिंग कॉलेज मेंटर है, एक ये और एक आत्मा। So I congratulate you. You have took the admission such a nice institution. Social status of nurses in India also very poor. Lack of social status, recognition, low pay, as I told, poor working condition, lack of autonomy in practice, and lack of recognition as a member of healthcare team, and exploitation has significantly contributed towards brain drain of the nurses to the Western world. More than 50% of nurses go abroad. This is told by Dr. Roy K. George, जो national president of the 10 Nurses Association of India के नाम। Nurses College in UP total 329, जिसमें 95% प्राइवेट में है, 5% गवर्नमेंट में है। Total nurses about 1.38 lakhs for catering of the 24 crore population, more than 24 population of the UP. Central government allotted budget 270 crores for opening of the 27 government nursing colleges, 10 crore for each nursing college. And in government sector, 500 students are producing every year, while in private, 8,000 students. The government is planning to increase the production of the students. Admission process also changed. There is a admission in the BSc nursing course through the CNCT, Common Nursing Entrance Test. Centralized merit-based admission for ANM, JNM for academic year 23-24 on the basis of the 12th standard marks obtained by the student. Examination provision भी किया है, transparency under supervision of CCTV camera. करीब live 2000 CCTV camera installed for the examination of the 73,000 students across the 550 centers. ये जो अभी टेस्ट होने वाला है 4 तारीख आई थी नर्सेज का, BSc नर्सिंग का, इसलिए CCTV कैमरा के सुपरविजन में होगा। एग्जाम आर कंडक्टेड अंडर स्ट्रिक्ट सुपरविजन ऑफ CCTV कैमरा। एग्जाम्स आर को CCTV कैमरा कंडक्ट किया गया। रिजल्ट ये हुआ, ANM एंड JNM का जो रिजल्ट 90% था वो ड्रॉप हो गया 60%, और जो BSc का था वो 100 से 42% हो गया। digital platform management underpinning informed competency-based management system of Diksha, unique identification of health professionals of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. This digital system provides for the life cycle management of the nurse from the time when she is admitted as a student to her registration as a nurse and continue of education as nursing professional. आपका एक बार जीरो टैगिंग हो जाएगी, पूरे नर्सिंग लाइफ का आपका मॉनिटरिंग होती रहेगी, आप क्लास गए नहीं गए, कहाँ गए, क्या किया क्या नहीं किया, ये चल रहा है। मिशन निरामया जो सब कमियां थी, एक मिशन निरामया के माध्यम से उन्होंने कि हाउ टू स्ट्रेंथन द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, ऑल द थिंग्स, एबिलिटी ऑफ ऑल डिपार्टमेंट नीड फॉर द एक्सीलेंट हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir, for the incredible speech. Now I would like to call upon the desk Dr. Radha K, Principal of Nursing College, SGPGI MS Lucknow, to share their knowledge with us.
Good afternoon to everyone. I think with the sunny climate, sunny weather, I also don't want to take your more time because you are sitting positions and the comfortable environment also I should see. At the outset, I would like to thank MAHAYOGI GORAKHNATH University Chancellor, our Honorable Chief Minister Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath sir, Vice Chancellor sir, Major General Dr. Atul Bajpai sir, and Registrar Dr. Pradeep Kumar sir, and Economic Advisor Dr. K.V. Raju sir, and Dr. Adita ma'am, Dr. Ganesh sir, Dean, DRD Medical College, other dignitaries, invited other college principals, faculty members of inside college and other side, and dear students, ANM, GNM, BSc, Post Basic and MSc students. In this, I'm pleasure to stand in front of you all with this big auditorium. I think since yesterday onwards, majority of the coverage of the topic on new challenges or the current challenges what nurses are going to face it. The earlier what they have faced, they have faced and present scenario and future everything I have covered it. And even then also, I also try to cover little bit gap, whichever it is. I felt myself it is possible to cover it, I can cover it. With this, let me start my presentation. Nursing, as you all know, nursing is the preventive, promotive and curative aspects of professional. And we care for sick, injured, disabled and dying from birth to death. The person, one who is standing aside of the patients, birth, newborn to doom, that we are the only one person to 24/7 we are standing. And as you all know, World Health Organization, they have given the era, nursing era 2020 ke baad, the image of the nurses has increased. The visibility of the nurses already was there. The visibility of the nurses has focused a lot after 2020. Little bit I will touch it up, the subjectivity aspect, the origin of the nursing in the world. It started with the mid-19th century, begins with Florence Nightingale. So it is, we all know that the Florence Nightingale is the modern founder of the nursing and lady with the lamp, and she carried out throughout the night and day just to care sick during the Crimean War, take care of the soldiers during Crimean War, and she was imaged and published. She is the founder and the role model to entire nursing field. After 20 years, 200 years also, she is the only image standing all around the nurses. And in India, just in the world we have seen, and India, just it started ancient days, British East India Company invaded into the nursing. Nursing also invaded into the India. Also, India invaded into the nursing in the 17th century. The company started St. George, Madras, the small school maternity schools. That is 1907. So it is a small school, take care of the maternity people, the poor and the needy people. It was started very small, standardized hospital. And military nursing, after that, it has started the military nursing because to take care of the soldiers, we need military nursing. So that was the aspect in India. So military nursing, the earliest type of modern nursing was introduced in India. Then ancient, the 17, we all know that the first one it is the British India, East India Company started, and next one it is the military nursing. Then we can move it the holistic aspect. Then they thought it not only military soldiers to take care of nurses is required, we also required nurses to take care of the poor, needy, public and private, whatever it is, family, individuals, in the aspect of all comprehensive aspect. So they thought the committee has regulated the first one, it is we all know Boer Committee 1943 and 46 it has released, and Shetty Committee, Mudaliar Committee, Kartar Singh Committee, and Srivastava Committee, and the I Power Committee 1987. After I Power Committee, the individual regulations, the manpower, human resources requirement is important in the nursing field that they recognized. And development of nursing education, I think service side, education side, everything, they have different speakers, they spoken very nicely. So I'm not covering it. And next one, just little bit subjectivity. 1871, the general nursing school was started in the Madras, General Hospital Madras, and 1886, School of Nursing in full-fledged. It was started in the JJ Hospital, Bombay. 1892, many hospital in Bombay also was started, and in the year of 1908, Trained Nurses Association of India was established formally. Then 1909, Bombay Presidency Nursing Association was formed. Then 1910, United Board of Examination for Nurses was organized. Then South India Board is also organized in the 13th. The first Nurse Registration Act passed in Madras in 1926. And yesterday you might have heard, this is the Tamil Nadu Nurse Midwives Council. And 1935, Madras and Bombay Nurses Council, both collaboratively, they worked in the year of 1935. And 1942, A&M program was started. Then 43, School of Nursing at RAK College of Nursing. This is the premier institute in India. RAK College of Nursing was started in the year of 1943. And then 43, diploma program was started in New Delhi. Then 46, 4-year BSc nursing program again is started in RAK College of Nursing and CMC Vellore, Tamil Nadu. Then 1947, INC Act was passed, and then revised INC Act also 49 and 53. Then MSc Nursing, after the A&M, BSc Nursing, Bachelorate Nursing, there was the requirement of postgraduate education in nursing. So the RAK again started 1959 MSc Nursing program, and 63 there is a gap because GNM entered, A&M entered, there is no upgradation of the nurses to get the education in further. So they thought it post-nursing, post-basic BSc Nursing program also. 1963 and 1968, MSc Nursing started in CMC Vellore. And in the year of 1972, basic nursing program started in Kerala. And 85, MSc Nursing CMC Ludhiana. And IGNOS established in 1983-85. And 86, curriculum changes in GNM program, 3.5 years to 3 years. 1986. Again, 1986, an MPhil program was started in the RAK and Manipal also. Later on, the Manipal also, they have started MPhil program. Then 87, MSc Nursing program was started in Kerala. 87, separate Directorate of Nursing was created in Karnataka state. Then 1988, MSc Nursing was started in Nimans. 1992, PhD program in RAK College of Nursing started. Then post-basic program was started by IGNO because many of the nurses, they were not continued education through formally. They have started distance education program for the nurses also. The IGNO program was started in the year of 1992. And MSc program at Manipal was started in the year of 1994. basic program in Kottayam. They have started 1994 in School of Medical Education, Government College. Then 96 MPhil and PhD in Manipal. Then 2001 the PhD program is started within IMANS. Then 2006 INC consortium also given opportunity for our Indian nurses. They have started 2002. The PhD program was started by Indian Nursing Council in collaboration with Rajiv Gandhi Medical University, Karnataka. So the present trends, what trends the public, the society is expecting from the nurses. So this is the statistics, the scenario given by Dr. Ganesh sir already. So I am not touching up the statistic part. So this is the curriculum changes, only the trends, what are the current trends is moving on, the nursing education, curriculum changes. Of course, you might have heard the BSc nursing program, the year program is shifted to the semester system. So why it is? Because the outcome based, competency based curriculum is inculcated in the Indian Nursing Council, and adult nursing principle is also followed. They focus adult nursing principles, outcome based nursing education, and the objective based nursing education, so that they have shifted to year to our semester system. I think this curriculum changes has covered up a lot of things like leadership, teamwork, teamwork and collaboration, and communication, because many of the areas the nurses are labs, they are doing their work and they are not able to communicate with the caregivers or patients and the public. So communication aspects also they have given emphasis. Then innovation and teaching learning. Innovation and teaching learning, I think not only the lecture method is not useful in the nursing education. We have to adopt different methods of teaching in our nursing education. One is lecture method, we are all very familiar. Role play, we are familiar. Discussion method, we are familiar. Then demonstration methods also we are familiar. And concept map means they will give one aspect, one topic, like for example, hypertension. If you just think about hypertension, what are the aspects you will think it? You have to create your map in your mind itself, right? So that tree should come. The hypertension tree should come. One is the definition, then etiology, then clinical manifestation, pathophysiology, nursing management, clinical management, then health education aspects, lifestyle modification. So these are the aspects, your mind itself, you have to create it. So this is concept mapping is also emerging. Then e-learning, you all know in COVID time, e-learning, it is useful in the platform. And games, nowadays the games also, if you just go through the YouTube and other apps, the many more games are there. Like for example, pharmacology aspect. So what is anti-hypertensive medicines? Some sort of games are there. So games method, games also nowadays the students are developing individualized group based games are they are developing and putting in the social media, and through that also they are gaining some sort of income generation utilizing into the college. So that is the games, apps, then role play I said, and jigsaw method. Jigsaw method matlab you have to, in the classroom itself, you have to divide two portions. One group of student, another big group of student. You have to give the topic. Each and every individual group wise, you have to give the topic and just fix it up, and whole comprehensive aspect you have to make it. So that is a zigzag method. That is also, it is nowadays, it is useful. Not only lecture method, sitting in the classroom and just giving the task or giving presentation, it won't help. So we have to inculcate many more advanced technology, whichever it is available. You are so much familiar in the social platform. So that whichever it is available, you have to utilize it. And educational quality assurance, of course, our accrediting agencies are there. Like for example, Indian Nursing Council, State Nursing Council, university regulations, then other NAC requirements is also there, NABH accreditations, and also nowadays it is a mentorship regulations also there, Quality Council of India. So there are other paramount regulating bodies also regulating the nursing education to make the pre-service nursing education strengthening, so that the nurses whoever produced in the college, they will go and just get it into the field in an independent manner to improve the quality of the nursing services. So that is the motto of quality assurance. And more reliance on technology. That is, you all know that simulation method, hospital information management system, Yesterday, I just we all went with the Sir Alok Kumar sir, our Honorable Alok Kumar sir, Principal Secretary. So, sir is telling every individual nurse, whoever going from the college, they should know hospital information management system. Because you are working in the clinical side, if you do not know the information management, hospital information management system, so we are lapsed to produce our own quality there. So if you have the opportunity, somebody else they can teach hospital information management system. Otherwise, whichever the reputed hospitals having hospital information management system, you can have a 1 week training also, so that independently every nurse can learn to operate a hospital information management system. And apps, of course, I have said telemedicine, telehealth, telenursing. These are the emerging aspects of the nursing. So we have to prepare ourselves to operate this kind of technology and artificial intelligence also. So we have to prepare ourselves not only in the knowledge aspect, subject matter, book curriculum matter. So we have to see the public demand, whatever the society is demanding from the nurses. That way we have to prepare ourselves. Emphasize on high-touch approach. I think yesterday Madam has very nicely she explained about very high-tech hair, but high-touch approach also we have to inculcate it. So that is the thing. So always we should not leave our empathy part, compassionate part, we should not forget it. Always we have to inculcate the commitment part and compassionate part with the high technology area, so that our nursing need is always sustainable ever in the world. And preparation of the global nurse. So global nurse, Indian nurses are demanded. I think 2/3 of the nurses we are just exporting from the India, 50% statistics. 50 more than 50% also we are exporting from the India to abroad, overseas. But what lacuna they find out from the nurses, Indian nurses, like for example, some sort of communication, language problem, English, foreign language, then communication, grooming, then personality development, leadership in such a way. Shadow nurse, one particular area I would like to say, shadow nurse means whoever, for example, in this group more than 600, 800 audience are sitting, the nurses, ANM nurse, GNM nurse, BSc nurse, which nurse you want to prefer it. Whether example, neonatal nursing, psychiatric nursing, community nurse, med-surg nurse, critical nurse, which nurse do you want to prefer it more? Geriatric nurse. So if you want to become a geriatric nurse, you have to make your shadow on you that I am a geriatric nurse. So you have to go through the training under a geriatric nurse, 1 month or 15 days, whatever 3 months requirements, whichever it is. So that shadow will force on you. You will become shadow geriatric nurse or community health nurse, whatever it is. The shadow nurse also it is nowadays it is emerging, because community whichever is expecting, that way we have to produce our own nurses. This is the funda of shadow nurses. Some of the institutions they are giving a training for these shadow nurses also. And emerging new specialities, I said psychiatric, this is the expanded specialty, medical surgical nursing, pediatric nursing, community nursing, and psychiatric nursing. This way we are expanding, but the super specialties also emerging. Critical nurse, diabetic nurse, anesthetic nurse, blood bank nurse. So every area, robotic nurses, so every area super specialty nurses are emerging. Only thing is we have to create the post designation and salary package in a particular area, that is a problematic area. Otherwise, we have to think about the expanded role and extended role of the nurses also. And emergence of new specialties like nurse practitioner course and nurse midwifery practitioners, independent nurse midwifery practitioners, NMP. Still in the UP itself, for 2000 NMP nurses alone it is required, NMP nurses. So I think Meerut is one of the NMP training center, nurse midwife practitioner centers. So that way we also prepare which area the public is demanding from the nurses. The nursing institutions also should realize this. In such a way we have to create and prepare the nurses to the society. Emerging short-term clinical program also, like I said, is a short-term clinical induction training program is there, and competency-based training also. For example, many institutions are trying to keep a skill lab, and future challenges also we have to see. in what purpose we are setting skill lab. In one purpose, we are giving training to our own nursing students and nursing staff. Another thing, how can we take a economic model? So if we are setting a skill lab, we have to see our own futuristic vision to sustain our own skill lab. So we can give a induction training, competency training to the nurses, whoever working in the nursing field, and which type of nursing care or nursing training is required. We have to take a survey in a local level. So that way we have to create a short-term training courses also. And ensuring career opportunities, definitely career opportunities nowadays in Nirmaya mission, they have inculcated career counseling for plus 2 students, plus 1, plus 2 students. We are teaching one nurse at one home. Ek ghar, ek nurse, right? Ek ghar, ek nurse. So that is the one of the vision also Nirmaya mission. So each home, if you have a nurse, the first aid treatment, preventive aspect, everything, they will take care of it. So only for the promotive and curative aspects, they can approach to the hospital. So the burden to the government, burden to the society will be less. So in such a way, we have to career counseling to the public to need to take their career as a nurse, like that. Then potential shortage of nurse educators. So sir ने बोला है role model कम है, leadership कम है, they are not coming front because there is adequate visibility also very less. Nowadays visibility is more, so we are also coming forward and telling our own opinion, this much should be there and where we need to improve ourselves, like that. So visibility should be increased. So because we need to identify the leaders are there in our India. Many more leaders, excellent leaders are. Only thing is we need to identify, we have to keep focus on the nurses. The nurse is ideal or role model. These are covered already, so I am not covering subjective. Only thing is my take a home message or take away message from my presentation. Be knowledgeable, be competency nurse, be compassionate, be committed and consistent in learning. We have to keep it. With this note, just I would like to wind up my presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you all for the giving opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am, for wonderful speech. I would like to be heartily thankful to both spectacular speakers for addressing such amazing and powerful topics. I request to our chairperson, Dr. Radha K. ma'am, and co-chairperson, Dr. Dinesh Kumar, sir, to kindly come on stage and awarding to certificate our scholar. Miss Aradhana. Miss Rosie. Miss Rosie. Mrs. Archana Yadav. Now I would like to call on stage Major General Dr. Atul Vajpayee sir, Vice Chancellor MAHAYOGI GORAKHNATH, University Gorakhpur, for the facilitation of the our chief guest. No. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
A very wonderful good afternoon to everyone assembled here. So I'm having a great privilege to taking you through the group discussion on nursing education in India. So surely we are proud to be a part of this prestigious institution that has been giving us a unique way of delivering quality education, which goes beyond the teaching and provides us a non-conventional opportunity and a non-conventional platforms too. So today we are going to have one of the strongest and the important pillar of our institution to have here as a chairperson for the group discussion. So I welcome Dr. D.S. Ajita ma'am, Principal Guru Shri Gorakhnath College of Nursing, Gorakhpur. Introducing ma'am is like introducing an idol. Ma'am has completed her graduation. I welcome you ma'am for the group discussion session.
Good afternoon to all. See, I'm seeing you people. I can understand the situation of you people. So I don't want to take much time. I'm not going to present anything. Okay. So sit quietly and just you think and listen. And from past 2 days, yesterday and from morning, you are listening about nursing. Just we are going to discuss about that. Whatever we have experts here. So whatever queries you are having, you can ask, and the experts will clear it. Okay. So now from morning we are seeing about nursing. So from morning we are listening about nursing education, and we know the levels of nursing education. It starts from ANM to PhD in nursing. So people's already we have a ANM course. I think everyone knows about ANM and knows where they are supposed to work and what's their tasks, aims and responsibilities. And GNM course we have already you are here and you know your responsibilities. And BSc nursing we have, and we don't have MPhil and PhD. And that roles and responsibilities you people know. They need to concentrate. They are the research scholars. They are the research experts. They need to concentrate research.
Okay, so regarding that is we are in lack of that. We will improve that afterwards. And already Radha Madam explained about the nursing education and the methods of nursing education. And I want you people, the most of you are the students. I want you people, which method you wanted to adopt, which method you wanted to adopt, because we are the leaders are here, and as per your wish we wanted to mold ourselves. Okay, so your vision, you will have a clear cut idea which one will be apt for you people to learn. So we wanted to adopt. So your interest, those who are having ideas, I mean different methods of teaching you people's knows which one you people's wanted as to adopt to improve the educational standards in nursing. So just you can raise your hands and mic will come nearby.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Ma'am, I think simulation will be the best idea according to me, through which we can increase the learning and understanding. That will also help in gaining the skill also. That is much more needed than theory, I feel, in nursing field. So I feel simulation is needed.
Simulation. So simulation, anyway, we are going to start our simulation lab. That is another thing. Simulation, already my mentors are here. I wanted to introduce them. Dr. Ann Clemens sir is my PhD guide, my mentor. And Dr. Radha madam, she is the PhD guide and my class coordinator of my MSc nursing. And both mentors are here and I am standing in front of my mentors. So I am so happy to stand. So in front of them, I wanted to interact with the peoples and you peoples will get good ideas from them. That's why I wanted to encourage you peoples to talk and they will guide you peoples. Ma'am, simulation lab, how it will.
Again, good afternoon. Only 5 questions you take it because they are sitting, you just see from bottom to top. They're sitting with the heart sunning. We have to wind it up very soon with the 5 questions. Only thing is simulation, I can answer it. It's a technique or technology, you tell me plus. First of all, it is a simulation is technique or technology?
Ma'am, I can say that it is a it includes of technique and technology both.
Very good. A clap for us. Very good. So both makes the technique and technology. We are thinking it is a simulation is a technology. It is not technology, absolutely. It is a 50-50 percentage technology plus technique. So inculcating. So both the things is required. Simulation is low fidelity, moderate fidelity, high fidelity. Without the patients, without the mannequins also, we can perform simulation with the case scenario based standardized patient preparation of standardized patient in such a way without mannequins also we can perform simulations with the low fidelity, right? So low fidelity, moderate and high fidelity mannequins also we can perform simulations. I think simulation is a recent emerging trends in nursing education to learn more things. Lecture is appropriately we required in physical classroom teaching, classroom discussion and role play everything. And apart from this, the simulation is increasing our own learning. This is additional thing to catch it up our attention or whatever it is, fast learning. So simulation is very good idea. Anything? Next. From which year?
Ma'am, BSc nursing fourth year.
Now we can give option to A&M students. A&M students. The same question you wind it up with 4-5 students.
Same question. A&M is concerned with community health nursing and you're a multi-task peoples. So which technique you wanted to adopt in education? A&M students, anyone from the A&M batch. So you can talk in Hindi. It's not necessary that you have to speak in English. Everyone can understand Hindi, so you can talk in Hindi. Anyone from A&M?
Then we'll switch over to GNM students. Anyone is there? GNM students, and you peoples are focused towards the patient care. So GNM mainly for patient-centered care. So which technology wanted to, and which technique you wanted to adopt for education? GNM. See, we are not going to give internal marks, the question only this is. Come forward. Anyone from GNM students? MSc students will ask. Let me ask MSc students. MSc students?
Good afternoon, ma'am. So I feel that simulation is a very good technical technology, but ma'am, I really, having experience for as a student and a teacher, I found it that there is a little gap between what we get knowledge here and what we used to practice there. So I completed my BSc at the time of COVID. So we got a lot of self-simulation session also. But when we were focusing on, when we have practice in the theory, practical region, so we found that whatever we studied in the simulation portion and whatever there in the practical session. So I personally feel that we should be guided over the practical area also. Means after the simulation, there should be something that it will enhance our practical knowledge at the practical session. Yes, ma'am.
Of course, it's important that after simulation you find, so each people's individual differences are there, even for small pain. So individual differences are there, but the mannequins can't replace that. Even artificial intelligence, if you are instructed also, you will not replace the human touch. After simulation, you have to go for the clinical practices. That is very good.
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम मैम हम लोग चेकलिस्ट बेस्ड लर्निंग चाहते
Checklist based, ma'am.
हैं yes.
Checklist based training you want. What is checklist? Anyone from the group? So now Mission Niramaya started and QCA is doing an inspection and so many processes are going on. Now we started evaluating procedures. You are doing procedure with checklist. Checklist alone will not guide you to do a procedure and in a learning process, checklist alone will not support you. So you have to do either simulation or practical or both you need to do with checklist. Checklist is just a guide and step by step process will be there. So checklist alone, if you are going through checklist if you are going with the checklist along with patients, so some practical difficulty will be there. Only with the simulation you can do with the checklist. If you are going nearby patient with the checklist, that will not be applicable. Okay, so you can use checklist, but that is not 100% effective for practical training. Okay, we will implement. Thank you. Then from BSc, post basic BSc.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, I am a student of BSc 4th semester, and my question is, like, we are bounded to do the requirements, we focus on requirements, but like, if we are in the clinical area, I want that if we are going in clinical posting, particular teachers should be allotted to particular number of students, like 5 students group will be there and a teacher, or 10 students per teacher will be there, and they will guide for every procedure in clinical setting, ma'am. Ma'am, like we are doing procedure here in demonstration labs. We perform the procedure, but we want, ma'am, again we want to do that. We do the procedure, but not all students are covered in that position. Like those who are willing, they perform.
See, wait, I'll explain you this. So already we are follow what technique we are following. 3 times you are doing in the clinicals with the patients and in front of teachers. That too 3 procedure from different teachers. You are doing it and getting signature, and after that only you are attending Viva and getting signature in the logbook.
Yes, ma'am.
3 times you are doing it.
Yes.
Are you doing with patients? With the patient, you are doing with
Yes.
patient in front of faculty. So they are guiding you.
Yes, ma'am. But before also we need some more guidance. Like those students which are shy, they
No,
can go to the
before going to clinicals, you are doing demonstration and return demonstration here in the lab.
yes.
You are doing return demonstration, teacher is doing procedure and you people are observing the procedure.
Yes, ma'am.
And afterwards, you people are doing
Yes.
and teacher is observing. For that, you are getting signature in the book.
Yes.
That is return demonstration. After that, only people, so once the teacher is satisfied with that, only they are giving signatures.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then only people are going to clinicals and doing with the patients.
Ma'am, I'm just only talking about the students who are shy. We don't have we can, all the students. Some of them are having hesitation. They are not able to perform properly. And we can do.
So that's why we are pulling
Yes, ma'am.
all the
Yes.
weak peoples. So those who are hesitating to do the procedure, they can act nursing profession.
Ma'am, because at the end, we all 16 students will stand together as a batch and we need to perform well in the clinical
60
area. ma'am.
students together, demonstration 30 students,
Yes.
20 students or 30 students. More than that, we are not encouraging for demonstration.
Thank you, ma'am.
So nursing education, anyone? Might be.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, as a student of BSc and ma'am, we have been spending our most of the time in clinicals, like 460 hours as per postings. Ma'am, if a student is spending so much time in a healthcare, in a setting in a hospital, then can that factor can be influenced, like if he want to opt, okay, we will take the part of the nursing, we will do BSc, MSc and PhD. But if a student want to skip or swipe to MBA in healthcare management or hospital management, ma'am, then is it is capable of for the student to go and to take care of the management for an healthcare? As for means my dream of that I should complete my MBA in healthcare management. So as a nurse, can I be doing that?
Yes, you, of course you can do it. I am the example for that. So I did MBA in Human Resource Management.
Ma'am, then as for in the hospital, ma'am, we have so much big institution. Why can't we implement this course in our hospital, like in our
Yeah,
institution?
our university we will start. So very good, suggestion. So I will note it this. So we can suggest our university to start MBA in healthcare profession.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So again, this is an individual wish they can aspire it. Many of the universities, they are offering a distance education also. If anybody would like to go your profession, you want to change as a master of hospital administration. For example, sir is running NGO, sixth census NGO. Sir is just skipped nursing teaching profession and started NGO. So whoever wants whichever aspiration, for example, after BSc nursing also, you can aspire UPSC exams. Like if you want to become an IAS officer, IPS officer, one graduation is required. BSc nursing completed. You can go and aspire your own individuality. This is your own individuality. That's what in the nursing curriculum, everything we are teaching, like communication, information, and whatever it is, leadership, assertiveness, every training we are giving along with your education. So whoever want to pursue your own degree, you are not going to BSc nursing as enough. And other than options also, many more options are also available. So whichever you want, you can aspire. That is your individual interest. Again, so I'm not diverting the nursing. You go and just to choose that profession. We are not that way. We are just preparing, but preparing nurse as a nurse. And if just they want to more than that nurse also, other than nurses also, you have option. That's it.
Uh, Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, my question is not related to the profession, how to standardize and something else. I just want, we are, after finishing our completion of graduation or diploma, when we are going to the outside, like other states and all, we are looking for, as we know that the requirements is so much of nurses and we need nurses. So why we are going to them and why they are not coming to us? My question is this: every colleges used to have the placement, like if we are studying in the technology fields and all. So placements from big institute authorities, people they are coming and taking the students, skillful students, and they're going. So why in not nursing? I have seen in my previous college. I want my college that they should come and take skillful nurses from here and they can implement by their like the hospitals and all.
Here, this is here in this nursing profession also. This is there. NHS foreign countries are also coming, and Apollo, and these hospitals person are coming and hiring the person.
Yes, ma'am. In this I know.
So this college particularly, maybe they will when the companies will come, madam will arrange that. But it is going means long back the companies are hospital agencies are coming and they are hiring the students. In the fourth year, because we also have arranged some this type of like placement companies. So they are coming and they are taking our students out. We and I also having this. We have to register. So there is no problem of this type of thing because our nurses without companies they are just going. They are getting the job directly to the big institutes.
Yes, yes.
So there is no problem. We are not facing the problem. Here the shortage of nurses are there. See, engineering and other things they are taking the. So good companies are coming, good hospitals are coming, and they are taking this student. And the Chitkara University and so so many other university in this planning, they are giving the online MBA degrees. So anyone after your graduation, you can go for this. So everything is in nursing profession. It is at the highest position, and you will get everything. Like a madam has just told ISPC, you can go to the graduation batch. If you want to shift yourself to the other area, you can go. That is, you are just getting the degree. If you want to continue in the nursing profession, you have to do the MSc nursing up to PhD level. If you want to go the abroad, you have to give the examination like IELTS examination, TOEFL and other examinations. You have your MOS examination, PGFNS examination. So if they are in India, in Delhi, or you can say in every cities, now the placement, this type of training is going on. You have to go through their process, their classes. They are also giving online classes. So you will go through these coachings and you can go abroad. Migration companies are there. So when you have dry nursing, now you have seen the scope of nursing. You don't to be a bedside nurse. You are the things you have to find. Sky is yours. According to your choice, you want to be in the profession like us in teaching, you have to be entrepreneurship. Some of the faculty I know they have started coaching centers. They are giving the online lectures and offline. By one of the students is just started this coaching and they are like this not set exams. So they are giving this and nurse is there. He has started this and very good online this videos are there. The nursing students or nursing faculties are preparing. CBS, they hire the nursing faculty and they are preparing the lectures and teaching. So there are many options. It's up to you. You can do after this so many courses. Okay, thank you so much.
So this campus interview already we arranged in our campus. Okay, now even for us, we are having shortage of peoples. So you peoples, we want you peoples to join with us. Okay, if something surplus, excess is there means we will give to others. So that's why we are keeping in pending. Okay, so you join with us and get experience, and once the sufficient staff when we are getting, we will try to give to other people.
Under Nirmaya mission, one of the aspect is a placement and opportunities also. One of the aspect Nirmaya mission under placement. So placement opportunity, each and every institution create the opportunity for placement also. So I think within a short while, all over the UP, across the UP and across the India,
Everyone got paid.
institution should have.
See, everyone, maximum of the people got placed in that. So that's why this much changes at a drastic requirement of peoples. Okay, so we will keep placement cell, and for that I want you people to work hard. First you join here, and we will you study hard and join here, and surplus peoples we will give to other people. So from this, so our future nursing, we need to discuss regarding future nursing. Future nursing is mostly informatics. So we people need to implement the informatics centers. I mean, already Radha madam discussed about the technology and informatic things, and we are trying to implement